Good evening from Toyota Center. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bulls guard Jay Williams. And Jay, yes, we are ready for takeoff.
And Ed, the Rockets are flying high. They keep feeding the beard or feeding the streets. Either way, this is a lethal backcourt.
It's been a launching pad for threes and so much more. Let's get ready for the tip. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where the Declaration of Independence was signed, it's also become another international hub in the NBA. Croatia, Australia, Cameroon, Turkey. Jay, those are where some of the recent Sixers have hailed from. It's the norm now in the National Basketball Association.
The globalization of the game is real, and I try to tell kids all the time, in particular the ones who are playing this game right now, that the NBA represents less than 0.0001% of the world. And Adam Silver, the commissioner, is doing a great job of expanding the footprint of the game, taking the game to China, taking the game to Europe, taking the game to Mexico. There's no doubt about it. This league represents the best in the world.
That's a Duke guy putting his math skills to the test. Well done. Rockets in control of the basketball to Capella. Into the front court comes Smith. He'll run the offense. Westbrook with it. Looking to make something happen. Harden to Westbrook. Fires the three. Tough shot there for Westbrook. He always thinks it has a chance. Short jumper off the mark.
I can't believe he missed that, but look, you have to stay connected to him defensively or he'll eat you alive.
And the rebound taken down by Houston. It's Russ at the controls. To Harden. Probing the defense. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Can't connect from in close. Fires the three. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it. Westbrook to Harden. Lets it fly from long range. His first effort off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Harden to Westbrook. Nothing going here on that drive. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Russell Westbrook at the line for 2 shots. A career 81% free throw shooter. First one, count it.
Substitutions.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. And scores. Strong take.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Houston with the basketball. To Westbrook. Surveys the floor. And a chance coming up at the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Russell Westbrook has got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far. Knocks down the first.
Oh, yeah, get your money, man.
second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Lays it up and in.
I see this happen all the time. It used to happen to me. Sometimes an easy offense allows more effort to translate to the defensive end.
Westbrook with the basketball. Down a point. Screen coming to Westbrook. Short jumper won't fall.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Great defense, forcing the miss. Russ at the controls. Trying to cash in. Oh, Russell Westbrook. 2 of 4 now. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate on that hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook into the front court. Counting down towards 1 minute to play here in the opening quarter. Screen coming. Five seconds to shoot. Russell Westbrook steps into it. No good.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Westbrook into the front court. They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. Yes! And a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Eric Gordon trying to cash in on the 3-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. The free throw good. Caps off the 3-point play. The lead is 4. Philadelphia with the basketball. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Trey Burke, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 79% at the line. First free throw is good.
Oh, I see you've been working out, huh?
Goes 2 for 2. Westbrook across the timeline. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Sixers able to clear the rebound. That'll do it for the first quarter with the Rockets in front. Second quarter is set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
Both teams are trying to feel each other out, but I like the aggression that both teams established in the first quarter. This is the first quarter league. The way you play in the opening minutes really sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Too much contact, and free throws coming.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
And gets both to drop at the line. Harden with the basketball. 10-all is our score.
Hey, watch the screen left.
Screen coming. To Harden. From long range. That's off the side of the rim. Short. To Simmons. Horford. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Has a chance. Smith with a shot. It won't fall.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you in the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
For Houston, number 35, Kenneth Fareed. Into the game for the 76ers, number 33, Tobias Harris.
Simmons. Out of bounds. Last touch by Robert Covington. Clint Capella able to recover with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To Capella. Mike Scott swats it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Sixers control it. From the painted area, won't go down. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a Sixer. Harden. Great dish to set it up. Robert Covington with the strong finish.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the ring.
And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Ben Simmons at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Now it's Harden at the controls. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Layup goes down. Well done.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Oh, Ben Simmons. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Harden to Covington. 4-3. That no good, off the mark. Simmons to the basket, but his shot stays out.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
And stuffs it down.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Harden has it up the floor to Covington. Beyond the arc for three. Snared by Embiid. Has a look.
That's his first personal.
Josh Richardson has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 78% at the line. And hits the first free throw.
Number 0, Russell Westbrook. And number 42.
Able to convert on both free throws. Westbrook with it. Final minute, first half. To Harden. Nene. The drive, right to the basket. Took it down the lane, but it's no good.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Oh, it took a while, Jay, but he hits his first 3 of the game here tonight.
Yeah, couldn't really get one to fall in the first quarter, but he stayed the course and did a good job of squaring his shoulders to the basket.
To Harden. Here comes the screen.
Screen right, screen right, screen right.
It's Westbrook. Sixers with the rebound.
Hey, check up, let's go.
For 3, Harris always looking to create a shot, even ones like those.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Deep 3. It's good. And it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half. That'll do it for the first half. It's the Sixers out in front.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The 76ers certainly didn't have a problem putting up points in the opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Rockets did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Missed threes. Player of the half.
Simmons. And his court IQ were on display as he delivered the ball, putting his teammates in a position to score the basketball. His timing was impeccable.
Who was cold?
Russell Westbrook certainly hasn't contributed much for his team when it comes to scoring. Newsflash, you're not on fire. Pass the ball. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Simmons, now a steal as the Rockets have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Simmons to Embiid. Can't connect from inside.
You can't fall in love with the jump shots. You have to find ways to maybe even get to the free throw line. Keep your team in the game by putting points on the board.
Harden down to Westbrook. Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
So many times we get on a defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Ben Simmons at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Simmons converts the three-point play. The Sixers increase the lead. Harden in possession. His guys down by 9. Westbrook to Harden. Here's a chance from long range, and James Harden knocks it down from 3.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
To Westbrook. Capella. Two-point shot for James Harden. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. Off the assist.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Here's Westbrook controlling the offense. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Oh, Ben Simmons, 4 out of 7.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Throws it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Simmons driving, but a shot no good.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
Oh, my goodness. Someone please patch me into the arena intercom. Clean up on aisle 3.
Covington to Fareed. Kenneth Fareed powers it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Ben Simmons Couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. And he connects on the first free throw.
Substitutions, Houston. Substitutions, Philadelphia.
2 for 2 on that trip. Harden in possession. His guys trail now by 4.
Screen right, screen right, screen right.
Short jumper won't fall.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Harden. Not that time. He missed it. The follow won't go either. In the front court comes Simmons. Leads 4. Oh, Ben Simmons. With that, he's 5 for 9.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Here's Harden with the rock.
Hey, watch this screen left.
Can't connect from in close. And the rebound comes down to the Rockets. Gordon with it. The deficit is 6. Nothing going here on that drive to Covington. Here comes the screen. Covington. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal. To Simmons. Missed it. How'd that not go down? Gordon with it. They can get a 2 for 1 if they hurry. To Harden. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Ben Simmons pins it. That's his 3rd block this evening. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Al Horford sends it away. Three-quarters down. The 4th quarter coming up. The 76ers have the lead. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the 4th quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
It's Westbrook. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Smith now into the front court. His team on top by 8. Trey Burke against Westbrook. To Embiid. Shot clock. It's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Fires the 3. Off the mark. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Iman Shumpert at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 76% from the line. First one, count it. And he makes them both. To Embiid. Good look that time, but off the mark. Westbrook. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
The defense should have picked up on that action. That's going to cost them.
To Embiid. Joel Embiid. Not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Russ at the controls. Trying to cash in, knocks it down. Off the step back.
Eric Gordon finished second in the sixth-man of the year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last year, he found a second life.
Gordon's shot misses. To Embiid. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Ooh, if I had that kind of vertical, I'd be throwing it off the glass and showing out. But the coaching staff is probably okay with the easy lay right there.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Simmons with the block.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Now it's Harden controlling the offense. Screen coming. Joel Embiid with a piece.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Josh Richardson. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Harden into the front court. Now down 6. And scores.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Simmons to Embiid. Joel Embiid. 3 for 6 now.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
And the slam.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
James Harden at the controls. They work it down to Gordon. The pass set it all up.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Simmons down low for Harris. And the basket good at the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
James Harden fires for 2. And it's Harris who's able to clear the rebound. Richardson to Simmons. To Horford. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim, short.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again. Pardon, textbook defense. Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
Some players are built to handle these moments. On one end, you just sparked your team, and at the same time, you also got under your opponent's skin. Just want to manage through the emotions here and not take it too far.
Rivers with the basketball. The margin standing now at 7. Can't miss those. And they're going to play this one out to its conclusion as we get an intentional foul. That means free throws coming up in what is a 7-point game.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning a timeout.
Knocks down the first. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
You've been working on your game.
Deep three at the buzzer. The Sixers are victorious as they get a good win on the road. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers were solid in today's victory. And some people may disagree, but I think their ball movement was the biggest key to their victory. Still, I think we'd all agree that they made the defense look slow and confused throughout this matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Rockets couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup.
Game track. Assists.
The Houston Rockets struggled to find an open man all game long, and that led to a lot of iso ball and bad looks. Simmons was the one making the playmaking possible, dealing out some great passes.
Player of the game.
Simmons could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
These are the upcoming games for the Houston Rockets. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.